Right, how are we? Episode 5. Don't get cancelled. Shane, Biddy, as you can see, we've got another member down. We've missed Luke now.
Only for a few minutes.
Yeah.
We will be here around about 8 o'clock.
Now, Luke's on his way. Obviously, we're missing Danny. Get well soon, mate. And today, would you like to introduce yourself?
Emily.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool, right. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me, and I'll be off. Yeah.
That's episode 5 done.
I'm either the new Luke or Danny, I suppose. I could be a Danny. Yeah. Why not?
You know what? A lot of the questions that we're going to be talking about today is actually like relating around like dating and relationships and stuff. Because it would actually be good to get like a girl's like perspective from.
I can give you the
from
insight.
that point of view, yeah. So, speaking of podcasts and stuff, you were thinking about running your own podcast, right?
Yeah,
We were just talking about.
a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you should do a podcast all the time." Like, yeah, the age-old face for the radio thing. I haven't got the setup though like this. This is my downfall. You know, I don't know the technicalities, don't know how to edit it, don't know.
Yeah,
I think for a lot of things like that, to be fair, I mean, it's kind of like we've had to do. I think you have to start outsourcing, and you just got to find like it's what's it? It's the people. It's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it?
That's
No,
true.
do you know
like,
what? Am I allowed to be rude on this podcast?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
I said to my mum,
Yeah.
funny enough, today, it's not what you know, it's who you blow. No, it really is because I started using Hinge like a job site. It was like checkatrade.com for me, but because I needed to get my car done and I couldn't be bothered to pay for it, so I found a guy who does cars. He did my car. I needed someone to move my dad's stuff out of his flat, so I picked someone on there to move the stuff out, and I needed someone to do my self-tax assessment.
Wait, Hinge.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Was the motive to find someone to do these things for you, or was it find someone also like use it as a dating app as well?
I joined Hinge to date primarily. I wasn't like, oh, can't be bothered to go on Checkatrade.
Okay.
I was
gonna say, 'cause that would be big brain if it was.
I got sick and tired of going on these dates, and then it would be boring as hell. They'd turn up, and then you're like, well, that's a waste of like 2 hours. I could use those 2 hours to get an errand done.
Yeah, right,
And then
I see, okay.
all 3 of these guys that I used on these dates,
Yeah.
I never saw them again because we weren't compatible. So was it a waste of time?
I mean,
No.
you got a win from it because
Oh, yeah.
you got something done from it. Essentially, it's just them missing out.
God, I hope they don't listen to this. I'm
Yeah,
like, I did your car. I'm like, no, you were great. It's you, not me. No, it's me, not you. Yeah.
Imagine just watching it right now.
Heartbroken.
Imagine going on Hinge just to find people to like do stuff for you.
That's smart, you know. That's very.
Thank you.
That's very
More
smart. I'll give
people
you
are
that.
doing it now. I tell you, it is because it's like
You might be onto
sit there and you
something.
have a bloody coffee and you think, what's this all about? What a guy took me for a coffee. 7 p.m. at night. Who the hell drinks coffee at 7 p.m?
7 p.m. Coffee?
Yeah.
Man,
and I just-
who's having?
Not for like drinks, not to like a pub.
No. He said he doesn't drink, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, you should have
God.
disclosed that in the
Yeah,
first message,
yeah.
because if I would have known,
Yeah.
I would have got you to do my car. Yeah, in hindsight.
Yeah, right. 7 o'clock as well. At least you could like reschedule for like an earlier time or like
I
on
know.
a weekend.
Yeah, and
I
then
know.
fit another errand in after.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I've got a busy list.
Yeah.
I've got things to get through. Maybe.
That's true.
Do you know what? What's your opinion on going for a first date doing a food shop?
Doing a food shop.
I think that's a really good first date
Really?
idea.
A food
Yeah.
shop? Do you like food shopping? Is that like a
No,
thing
I hate
for you?
food shopping.
Oh,
but
okay.
Hang on. Okay, sorry. Do you like food shopping?
Not
Like,
particularly. Not for
oh,
food,
okay, I'm on
nah.
my own then.
you like food shopping.
I love it.
But where do you go for food shopping?
Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's.
my favourite.
Usually Asda, but like
Yeah.
I personally prefer Tesco. My
Oh,
my
really?
girlfriend prefers Asda, so we compromise and go to Asda.
Wise choice.
Yeah, but no, I love it. She likes ordering online, but I'd much prefer to go to the shop.
How often do you do the food shop?
If we do it, we'll always do it together
Aw.
because we live together. So
I rate-
if
yeah,
it's her money, it's my money as well,
yeah.
sort of thing.
But could you not transfer her the money?
We got a joint account, so
Limit
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
It's adults doing adult things. Limit it.
It's about the most mature thing in my life. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Everything else, I'm still a child. But no, I much prefer to go. I think it's easier to pick out. It's easier to pick out your food when you can see it. Whereas if you look online, you can't
Yeah.
see everything. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think
agree.
going on a food shop with someone, you both have your separate trolleys first date, right? And you just judge them on what they're getting, because that says a lot, I think, about people.
Right,
If I was
okay.
with someone who bought only branded items, I'd think, you're an idiot. So I'd think, you're not savvy. You're not savvy
Yeah,
at
you're
all.
not thinking about the
Or
pennies.
you're really rich.
Right, see, what
Yeah,
You gotta...
That's actually jokes. That's so different. Going shopping together for first date.
But then-
I've never heard of that one.
But then people might not start buying what they would actually buy.
That's true.
They're just buying to think, oh yeah, like I'm eating bare protein,
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
the guy
whatever.
just putting protein powder.
Yeah, and then like you might not ever go bed to their house, and they just don't eat the food anyway.
That is true. Yeah,
So-
maybe. Yeah.
But I mean, I suppose
And
that
also, then what do you do with all the bags? If you've got frozen stuff, do you then go your separate ways?
Exactly.
Put the frozen stuff away and then come. Yeah.
Nah, with me and food shopping, I'm not cool with it. You know, I know you said that you used to go. Well, you go with your girlfriend, don't you? I used to go with my ex, but I kind of just like sit in the car park because I hated having to go in with her. Yeah, man, because I'm not very patient, right? And she always used to take her time with like, oh, do I want this? Actually, nah, you know what? I think I'll get that instead. And then she will like put down the things she just picked up and then go back to the previous item and get that anyways. And she'll just do all these nonsense to waste time. And I'm here looking at the clock like, so like when we go shopping, I just sit in the car. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like,
I've got to be honest. I would agree with you, but I also do that.
oh, you do.
I'm just
right.
like I might moan
No.
at Chelsea if we go like clothes shopping, but I'm just as bad
I'm
when looking at food. But it's because I just like food, man. I just
But do you
love
have
to
a
eat.
list? If you have a list, it's so much easier. I write my list in accordance to how I know the aisles work. So I've got a route. I
okay.
write my list in order of where they are. And then when you
Right.
go in, you know when you go in the supermarket and
Tactical.
they've bloody changed it, you're like, oh my god, my list.
What do I do? What my list? What do I do? What do I do
It's
now?
all come crashing down. Yeah.
To be, I mean that is efficient, but I'm not that efficient. so.
Really?
Yeah,
you
nah, I'm
need
not
to
that
be.
efficient with stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Life is too short. You gotta be efficient.
To be
yeah.
fair, yeah, going to the supermarket, I feel like, oh, I know what I want, but then I go in there, I'm like, yeah. I
You
should've
start
written
seeing
it
some
down.
other things that you
Should've
like.
written it down.
Oh nah,
Yeah.
I just like food, man.
I should've-
Never go shopping when you're hungry.
Yeah,
That's
worst time.
dangerous zone.
You
yeah.
start buying things that you want there and then you'll eat something and then I don't even want it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things when you get home and then you're like, well, what's this all about?
Yeah.
Yeah, rookie error.
Speaking of shopping, the only thing I'd kind of take my time on, it would be clothes shopping. If I was like in a physical shop, like I like to take my time, make sure it's the one I want and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm quite particular with clothes, so
Same.
I don't get something that I'm like not gonna wear it, you know.
I don't think I can buy things online without knowing what it feels like. Like I couldn't buy shoes online without knowing if they're
really?
actually comfortable or not.
I actually do quite a lot of online shopping. Online shopping is the one.
Yeah.
No, I
You
know.
just buy it and send it back.
Yeah, but that's so much effort.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
A lot of girls do that though. A lot of girls do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but like
they do, but no, it's-
running a clothes shop, I found a lot of returns from girls. And
Yeah.
it's
Mate,
something that they
yeah.
do.
Even I grew up.
I'll
I grew up
buy
with
it
my
in
sisters.
like every colour. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I grew up with my sisters, and they all like I always remember they'll go to the shop, they'll buy something, and then they'll take it back the next day. And in my head, I'll just try it on in the shop.
Just try it on whilst
and if you
you're
don't,
there,
if you don't like it,
You can't get the feel for it in the shop as much as you can at home. Because what I like to do is I like to try it in different scenarios. Like, what would I look like sitting down in it? What would I look like, in these shoes or this bag? Yeah, so you know, there's
Try different things.
different
Okay,
methods.
that's actually that.
Yeah. You
no,
gotta
I'm sorry, I
know.
can't. If for me, it's if I'm feeling it straight away, then yeah. But
Yeah.
if I'm not feeling it while I'm stood looking in the mirror, get it gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's not working.
I usually go into the shops with an idea of kind of what I'd want anyways,
Yeah.
like
It's the best
colour wise and stuff like that, like if I've got like white trainers, I know I'd want to buy a white top to go with it, stuff like that, so you kind of already have an idea when...
So you're more organised with clothes shopping than you are food shopping.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd be efficient with clothes shopping.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll go in if I know what I want. I'll go in. I'll go find it. If I don't find it, I'm there. Like, cool, it's not here.
You're not browsing.
A little
Something
bit.
caught your eye.
I'll look around,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
think because I mean this is basically what I wear all the time. I wear trackies and a jumper. Because
Dream.
I don't care about. I don't remember the last time I wore
Now that you
jeans.
say
What if
that,
you went for a
actually,
nice dinner?
Depends who I'm with.
Your girlfriend.
You gotta be,
Trackies.
yeah, you gotta
I
be-
don't
What,
care.
really?
She doesn't, but she doesn't care either.
Oh, she loves you for
She
who
might-
you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that old thing, yeah.
No, I'm all about comfortability, and
Yeah.
I hate jeans. I only ever bought jeans to wear them at work for dress code, and then
Oh,
people
right.
people started wearing things that weren't part of the dress code. So I said, "Gang, I'm not wearing jeans anymore." That was
You wear
it.
trackies to work.
I wear joggers and I wear trackies to work.
But if they're just plain black, they could pass from a glance as just smart trousers.
They've got a long Adidas stripe down the side of the leg.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
god.
quite-
Or I wear these. They got a long white stripe. I got some grey. Yeah, exactly. I've got grey
We used
jog-
to work together. I used to wear this.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean
In an office environment.
in an office environment.
They were quite
I
chill.
bet
It's actually
HR
like
hate
Saturday,
you.
just round the corner.
Honestly, I don't think they care anymore, which is nice because if I'm sat behind a desk, I don't want to be like in jeans, like just like fidgeting around and like moving. Yeah, like at least if I just sit there in joggers, I don't have to worry.
You are
I
right.
feel you on that too. But that's why I like working from home, like, you know, because you can just literally just wake up in the morning, like, wherever you're wearing, and
Literally,
just jump
yeah.
straight on the laptop, you know. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
But yeah,
Oh god, look, I didn't want to get into too much of the talking points before Luke kind of got here. I thought we'd have like a general.
nah, mate. If Mr. Hollywood wants to be late, he can miss out. It's
You
fine.
can miss out,
Yeah,
yeah. Mr.
nah,
Hollywood.
leave it.
It's so jokes that you call him that. You know?
Why Mr. Hollywood? Because he's a diva, or
No.
no? Oh, he looks like
It
Paul
was-
Hollywood.
I think it only started last episode. No,
Yeah,
no.
it was literally
First of all, Luke's black as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So out of the four of us, obviously me, Luke, Biddy, we're all black. Danny's white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
That's-
I'm the new Danny.
Yeah, essentially.
So I'm not the new Luke.
Yeah,
I'm the new Danny.
essentially.
Okay.
No, it's just, we were meant to start last episode, and he was just sat there on his phone.
Just chilling.
Obviously,
like.
got more important things to do, so I called him Mr.
What he
Hollywood.
means by Hollywood is that Luke is a very like laid back.
Yeah, no, he's
relaxed
just he
guy.
is incredibly
So,
chill. to be
yeah,
fair.
not like in a bad way, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like he just does what he wants, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like in a chilled, relaxed way. You know, I'm a little bit like that as well. You know, so it's Mr. Hollywood. I wouldn't say it's a diva though.
No,
He
not a
doesn't
diva.
come in with diva demands, does he?
No.
Like, we're not going to get his
No.
PA come in and go,
No.
He's polar opposite.
If
He's-
any, yeah,
Okay.
if anything, it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
overly chilled. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
too chill. That
No.
would drive me crazy. That would drive me up the wall. I don't like people who are too. No. You've got to be. Yeah. You've got to be punctual.
There's limits. I think there's definitely limits.
Some of the questions that I've gotten here was actually brought to me by Luke earlier today. One of them is it's regarding dating, basically. Hang on.
It's funny, by the way, just while you're looking, because
Yeah.
obviously we put our questions in our chat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at your guys' questions, and they were like, kind of not deep like topics, but like they had like quite a bit of substance to them.
Yeah.
And I looked at mine, and
I
then
can guess what yours is then.
like mine were things like would you leave pizza out of the fridge overnight?
That's not even made the cut. Would I leave pizza? Absolutely. I'd leave that out the fridge. How long we're talking?
Okay, so
That's
to be
not a
honest,
bad question.
okay, hang on.
What's wrong with having
For
trivial
overnight,
questions?
yeah. See, because like yours were
Let's
like.
have a mix.
Yours are like maybe like not problems to society, but like they were like they had like
Yeah,
substance to them. But
controversial,
mine
yeah.
were there like what are you doing in this situation versus this one?
Yeah, no, that's cool. as
No,
well.
okay, sorry. We'll circle back round to it though.
Right,
We'll
I
come
like
back.
the question you came up with the other episode. Like, would you rather be at the beginning of the world starting,
Yeah.
or at the end? Like, yeah, you
Mate.
got questions do actually get you thinking.
It's probably things that made
So
you.
you got Emily thinking now.
It's things
It
that
depends
maybe
how
you.
the world ends.
It's things that maybe you didn't think about at the time, but then someone
That's a
asks
good
you,
point,
and then you start
and then you
getting your
start
mind
thinking
going.
about it afterwards.
All right,
Yeah. Those are some good questions.
I live off those
If you
questions.
had
I
a
love
say,
them.
if you had a say in the way the world would end, how would you do that?
We would have a long period of time, aka a year of notice and a specific date of time.
It's gonna be
So we could go
ridiculous.
completely bloody mental. I would host the fucking party out of my arse.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah,
it would
that
be
was
great.
sick.
Because if someone said, right, on this date, it's definitely happening, we're dying.
Mm.
Can you imagine what the hell would
Yeah,
you do?
people would go crazy, innit?
Do
You
you-
just
do
go mad.
See, that's I think, but you'll get some extreme people. But
that's
honestly,
true.
like a third of the population will be gone before.
Okay, so only you and your inner circle know. So
Okay, right, yeah, a little bit different.
someone tells you, and then you're like, okay, let's go crazy. Like, walk into work the next day, you can fuck off. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
jokes. Nah, I like that. That's actually jokes. Alright, actually, on that kind of topic, yeah, would you rather know when you died or how you died?
How?
How?
How you died.
I don't think I could, because if I knew when, I couldn't bear to. When it gets close to the date, that what am I gonna do?
I'll be
Oh,
shitting myself.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be
Do you know what I mean?
anxiety
Yeah.
filled. At least if you know how, then because you can't avoid it. If you've been told how you're gonna die, there's no way of avoiding it.
But
Well,
then you
unless
can,
they
but then
said
you
you're
can.
going to die in a plane crash, you'd
Exactly.
never get on a plane again.
But
Exactly,
then,
there you go.
but inevitably, if that's how you were going to die, inevitably you will end up on a plane somehow. It might not be. It might not be the way. It might not be the way.
That's what I mean.
But then if
And
they
then
if
you
they
could get to 100 years on and be like, I'm bloody sick of my life. Get me on
Get
a
on a
plane.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you die on a plane flight.
You can choose.
Exactly. But then if you were told like if someone said to you like, oh, you're gonna get stabbed, that's such a broad term.
Yeah.
You don't know when you're gonna get
Oh,
stabbed.
you'd be on edge.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
once
That is true.
once it passes like 8 p.m, you're gonna be looking over your shoulder
Yeah,
until you get
shit.
home. Even then, like if you're at home, if they said you're gonna get stabbed, someone might just break into your house. Like you'll be on edge. Whereas at least if it's on the day, then you've got X amount of time. Unless they said, oh yeah, it's tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, no,
then
I know what you mean.
it's ropes.
Yeah, maybe the when then, because you might get lucky. They might say to me, you're going to die when you're 98. And I'll go, fair enough,
Yeah,
I'll sit back.
That's
there.
true.
I'll chill it down.
Yeah,
but if
that's
they go,
actually
you're going to
true.
die in a month, then I would do what I thought about the end of
They
the world. I'd
would
go
be
mental.
able to-
Yeah.
just go mad. And
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
I'd rather know when I'm gonna
Okay,
die.
yeah. To be fair, now that I think probably when is probably
I'm with
better.
you.
Because then you can use the rest of your day.
It's a bit
to do
it's a bit
whatever the fuck you
safer.
want. Yeah, it's a bit safer. You can do what you
Yeah,
want.
because the
Whereas, like,
how is a bit like, ooh.
yeah, you've been sketching out all the time. Like,
Yeah.
that's just,
Unless they say die of old age, then that's...
Yeah, then you're like, oh,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
carry on then. Carry on then.
Right, so all the questions that Luke came up with, relationships wise and stuff. So if you're in a relationship, right, what would you do if one of your girls brings her man to a girls trip? Have you ever been on a girls trip where like one of the girls bring the guy to the trip?
Not a girl's trip, but I've done it where we've like gone on nights out and they say, do you mind if bloody blah comes along? And then
Right.
so and so tags along. And to be honest, with me and my friends, it's not really much of a problem because like the guys aren't like, they don't
They're just
take
chilling,
away.
yeah.
We're not like the kind of girls who are like girls' night, like
Right, okay,
and they're
I
like
get
oh
you.
my
Yeah.
yeah, like we're just like let's just go out like normal, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not like this weird thing where it's just like oh my god, only girls allowed.
Nah, I get you.
Because if that girl's got a boyfriend anyway, she's not going to be out on the pool anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
She's
Fair,
a write-off.
fair.
She's already a write-off.
I
She's
get
gone.
you. I re-
So
she's
the boyfriend
gone.
might as well be there to be the designated driver. You know what I mean? She's already
that's
baggage.
fair
So
enough.
yeah,
I rate that.
but if it was a girl's trip away, that would be a bit like weird. I'd be a bit like,
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah.
why can't you be away from
It's a
him?
bit
you know?
needy, isn't it? To
Yeah,
like to have to
yeah.
like tag along to something like
Would
that.
you ever
do
go
know what I
if
mean?
your girlfriend was like, "Can you come on a girls' holiday with us?"
I wouldn't go.
No.
Nah, I'd
wouldn't go.
refuse. I'm there like you're obviously you're wasting my time.
Actually, no, this has
It would be
happened to
boring
me.
as fuck anyway.
Yeah,
Why would
exactly.
you want to do that?
That's what.
Sorry,
I had a
carry on.
friend who we went to Ibiza.
Yeah.
It was me and two other girls, and then she brought her boyfriend along. But he had a very feminine side, and he actually admitted that he loved watching the process of girls get ready, and he used to help. Yeah, he used to be like, I don't think you should wear that eyeshadow with that top, and I was like,
Oh, you mean in that way? I thought
Yeah.
you meant like you like
Oh,
watching
no,
girls
no,
get
no.
ready. Like, I was like, yeah, me too. Like,
just there lurking.
Mate, man had another motive.
It's like, yeah, I'll come, babe.
I was
Yeah.
like, that would make you feminine.
No,
Sorry,
he was
carry
just
on.
like, yeah, like, what are you gonna wear?
Oh,
and he was like, I think you
oh.
should have your hair curly. And I was just like, is this normal? But
I mean,
Was
to be
he,
fair, if
like,
that.
gay or something?
I think he was bi. I think there
Maybe, yeah.
was.
Okay, hang on,
that.
because I have to interject
Was I
here,
wrong
right?
to assume that?
Because I grew up around girls all the time.
Right.
Granted, I'm bored of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think if you're in the right headspace, and maybe if you don't mind, then fair enough. He's probably just being a really good boyfriend then.
Yeah.
Credit.
Yeah.
I'd credit someone like that. I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
That's a bit too far though. Talking about eyeshadows, and I don't even know what eyeliner.
No, I mean,
was till, like,
I couldn't give an opinion on all that.
It's a bit extra, isn't it? Like,
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, again, personally, I wouldn't have even gone in the first place.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
But
it's just
if
that.
he's there and that's the sort of thing that he's on, then fair play
In
to him.
his defence, he didn't come because he wanted to see how girls got ready. He came to the holiday because he didn't have friends who wanted to go to Ibiza with him.
Oh,
That's
So
quite sad.
his,
Oh, that's
I know.
okay.
Oh god,
that's
so
sad.
sorry if he's listening. no. He said that. He just said none of my friends are able to go or
Right.
can go, and I've always wanted to go to Ibiza. So can I come? We had a great time. We had a great time. We had a
She had a
great
great
time.
time.
No, we did. I had a great time.
Disclaimer.
And my eyeshadow looked great.
That's jokes, man. Nah, that's a bit extra. I'm not gonna lie. On the flip side to that, though, if one of my boys wanted to bring his girl like on a boys trip or boys night out, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be feeling that because
Really?
yeah, but like I think it might have something to do with my particular group of friends because we get quite rowdy. You see what I'm saying? And like when sorry, you know. Right, well, not me. I just kind of sit in the background with my orange juice and that. But you get my point. Like when the girls there, we can't really. I feel like the guys can't really be themselves. You know what I mean? They're a bit more like reserved, subdued, and it's a bit more tamed.
I think it
Do you know what
depends.
I mean?
I think it depends on the girl.
Yeah.
If the girl's quite controlling, then yeah, probably everyone will be like that. But I,
guess
mean,
so, yeah.
if like you can include her as kind of like one of the boys sort of thing, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you do get
It's
girls
just,
like
it's
that,
just,
to be fair.
it's just having an
Yeah.
extra person in it.
Yeah,
There should
true.
be like an initiation thing, like if you want to come on holiday with us, chug that pint or something, or like, you know, like you got to do something to show that you're gonna not let us down.
Nah, I feel that. Alright, okay, so what's your ick in men? Do you have like something that puts you off in particular?
Before you start,
Yeah.
I've been watching another podcast. This is to do with this. I've been
Yeah.
watching another podcast, right? It's called Shits and Gigs.
Yeah,
And
I
they
heard about
non-stop, the ones I've been watching, they always go on about icks. Some of the ones that I've heard that women have about men are fucking horrible.
Oh,
really?
In a funny way. Like
what? Give us some examples.
there was
Yeah.
off the top of my head, the ones I remember is like when he puts his hand up to like what's it? To like signal the waiter, but he gets ignored.
Oh, that would
Oh,
really
right.
put
Like,
me off.
like something like that. Like it's not his fault or like
Why
oh
is that an ick though?
that's what I mean.
He's not assertive enough.
Yeah, because
He's like-
he's not being a man
Really?
about
I see what you
it.
mean. Like, he was like,
Like-
excuse me.
Yeah, and imagine just walks past the girls like,
And then
Yeah.
I have to do it so many times. I've had to be the person to flag the waiter down because after a while I'm like, I'll do it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I feel like with waiters though, there's a bit of a fine balance between like if you were like a bit aggressive with it, you could come across as rude. Like, hey, come here, like, do you know what I
That
mean?
would
Like,
put me off as
you know
well.
what I'm trying to say? So you got to find
Okay.
the right like.
It's a minefield out there for guys.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, either way. I've actually had something similar to this. I went on a date with a guy. We'd gone on a few dates and he'd paid for a lot of the dinners and it got to the point where I was like, look, it's my turn. And he was like, I don't want the restaurant thinking that you're paying. He was like, can you like pass me your card and I'll do it, but it's coming out of your card. And I went with it. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I was like, the PIN code is or whatever, or if it was
Shit.
contactless. And then yeah, just passed him the card, and then when it came, he was like, "Yeah, I'll get this, babe."
oh no.
Yeah.
Did you see him again after?
That's the
Yeah, I think
worst
so.
thing.
Yeah, a few times. Obviously, it's
That's-
not worked out now, but
Yeah, right.
I went with that. I was very much a people pleaser, so I was like, I will do this to please you
Yeah.
if this makes your dick feel bigger.
Yeah, right. Like, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
a big ego stroke, I think.
Yeah. It was just like
I don't know.
want
I
it.
don't know if that's more of an ick or of a red flag.
That's red flag.
I think
Massive
it's,
red
like
flag,
as soon as I was, if I was in your position and that happened, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Ed, not seeing them again.
Yeah. Another
No.
thing that's happened to me, I went on a date and he was an older guy and we went to a restaurant, nice restaurant, and then we got to the table and he was like, I'm gonna decide, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is a bit like in the movies, I feel
Okay.
like Pretty Woman, you know. Anyway, he was like, the waitress came and he was like, yeah, I'll get the steak, blah 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 blah, and she was like, okay, and he was like, and she'll get the prawn salad, and I was like,
Oh.
Yeah, you know when you're like, you know, there's 50 Shades of Grey, and then there's like,
that's like
really,
bit,
yeah. So that was a red flag, not an ick. God, I've got more red flags than icks.
They're
I
all
think of
like,
an actual
Oh,
genuine ick.
Okay, I'll put another one in. So again, because a lot of the ones I've heard are what women have men, what icks women have for men. So another one is where he's like chasing like a ping pong ball and he keeps missing it.
chasing
Yeah.
a ping pong ball.
Yeah, like imagine like a ping pong ball's like bouncing on the floor and he's trying to catch it. But
Why are
he keeps
these
getting-
icks, though? Why are these icks?
I don't, mate. That's
That's
what I
like
mean.
saying like
It's a
running
cruel
for the
world.
bus. I can imagine like maybe like running for the bus.
That was
Yeah,
another-
that's probably
mate,
another one.
like, imagine- imagine-
That's an ick. I
think
can
a
imagine
guy-
that being an ick.
No offense to the bus riders in the community, but a guy who gets the bus full stop, I think, to me, no. A coach, yes, a coach because you're going longer.
That's
afield,
long distance,
and they
eh?
are a lot better than trains. That's a new episode in itself. I am a big coach person. National Express, I love you. But the bus,
I can't deal with National Express.
get a car,
Coaches.
get a car, or get a taxi, or down.
Just learn to drive, man.
Yeah, learn to drive. Oh no! I've got one. I've got an ick.
Oh,
Go on.
Guys who wear those fucking leggings to the gym.
Leggings.
What,
Oh,
like
you mean
actual,
like
like, actual
the
Those-
tight things?
Those tights.
Yeah,
what
right.
would
I
you
see
call
what
those?
you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't like those.
I've got a pair of that, but I wear it to
Uh-oh.
football. Like, yeah. But, like, it's normal though. Like, even like professional footballers wear it. You mean like the skin tight things?
Yeah,
Okay, hang on,
wear
because
just
there's-
those, no shorts.
Yeah,
to the gym.
because there's a difference because
Yeah.
you can get like
Just
you can
those
get
with no
like
shorts on top. Is that a thing? People do that?
Yeah.
yeah because I think what you're thinking is like a base layer.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I've got as well. I wear like an undershirt and then I put
Yeah,
like a
like if it's
like a
cold
football
or
t-shirt
whatever.
over it if it's cold.
Yeah.
But like I think imagine just like a base layer without shorts.
Oh,
Essentially
right.
that's what it looks like.
You mean like long johns? Like
Yeah,
one of those,
they wear those to the
right,
gym.
nah.
I don't think they're
Okay.
that in fashion now. They had about 2 months of fashion.
What if they're buff? What if they're like a big man?
No,
Still no.
because it looks even silly, like even more silly. Like it just doesn't look right unless they've got a huge package there that's like okay, that's
yeah.
like you're blatantly showing that
Just trying to
off.
show off.
But
Yeah.
if it's like they're huge and then it just looks like an action man at the front, I want to
action
know.
man.
It's like yeah. Well, I suppose they're advertising themselves. I don't know. I just that to me, I just don't like
Fucking
it.
action man.
You know what I mean? It's not right. That's an ick. Yeah, that is an ick.
Okay.
There's so
Is
many.
there any personality icks? Like I would say looks wise, like an ick for me and a girl would be like too much like fake look. Like, you know,
Like makeup?
like wigs, nose done, lips done,
Okay.
tits done. Like a little bit too much. Like if you've got like everything done, like I'm not too keen on that. You know, like with
I
lip
think-
fillers as well.
Is that? I'm not sure if that's an ick though, because that's
For
more.
for me, it's an ick. Like especially with the lip fillers, because like I've got a thing for like kissing, right? Because do you know what I'm saying? So I like to make sure that we get that. When I kiss you, I like to know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
if you got
alright.
lip fillers and you're like pushing my lips back, and I'm trying to like we're like it's like we're playing tug of war.
You're in a fight now.
It's like we're playing tug of war with our lips, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So like with things like that, it's just not me. Like obviously with the fake tits, I'm not too bothered about that.
I'll let them slide.
I'll let those slide.
Oh, how very
alright?
good of you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be waking up next to someone that you don't recognise in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Things
that,
like
Yeah, fair
And we
enough.
don't have that as women. Like, you know, what you see is what you get usually, unless it's like you're in a nightclub and the lights come on, and then you're like,
Yeah.
holy hell. And by that point, you're too far in. I would just go with it because I don't want to hurt their feelings. Because
Yeah.
it'll be obvious it was the lights coming on that was the issue.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Like you're having a little dance and the lights coming out. Ugh.
Yeah,
I'm
let's get
gonna-
another 5 drinks.
I think my
and
mates are
we'll-
actually going. So
I've done that before, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I feel
that's
walking
peak.
out of Camel though, got into
Camel,
Camel.
ooh.
Yeah, got into Camel, downstairs basement. I'm seeing this girl. I'm like, yo, she's hella fine. Obviously, I've had a few drinks. Everything's moving well and stuff. Doing a little thing. I'm thinking, yes, it's going well. And obviously, come 6 o'clock when Camel shuts, and obviously it's all bright outside and stuff. As soon as I open the door and that light hits you, you turn to your left and you're like, shit. And you know what I mean? You're just like, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna get a taxi home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel peak about that, but that has happened to me once.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I've never been in that situation, but I think that's a choice between. Are you just gonna go with it and not hurt their feelings, kind of like you said,
Yeah.
or are you just gonna be honest with them and say it's not happening?
I think in the middle, make an excuse and run. But I can't do that.
You're too nice.
No.
I'm seeing you're too nice, aren't you?
I'm
You
too
can't-
much of a people pleaser.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
are.
like
You
letting people
paid
down.
for that guy's meal, and he
Yeah.
made out.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he
see
paid
it
for
as
it.
charity work. I think, do you know what? I've made
calmer,
that
innit?
person feel good, and
Yeah.
I
but
always
sometimes-
do the whole "you're the best I've ever had" because I think, oh well, it's a lie. I've never
yeah.
seen them again. they all go round say they're the best they've ever had, unless
Like a-
they
like
were an
an ego
arse.
boost.
Like, yeah, if
Yeah.
they were a nasty person, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I would take great pleasure in not telling them. But if
slamming
they
them,
were a
yeah.
nice person who maybe hasn't had much experience and they were nervous and I thought, oh, that was a bit lackluster. But
Yeah.
I had to go, that was really good. Well done.
I do think it would
I'm
probably.
not gonna lie though, I feel like I can tell. Like I feel like you can always tell when a girl's like faking it or when a girl's like lying, or do you know what I mean?
Okay. Okay, hang on. Have you ever faked an orgasm before then?
100%, of course.
Yeah.
I think pretty much
I feel
every
like a lot
single
of girls
woman
do,
have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Because sometimes it benefits the man, and you go. No, it doesn't. It does, because sometimes, right, it will be after a heavy night or something, and they're going away and they're sweating, they're looking worse for wear, and it's been going on and on and on, and then you think, I'm gonna help this guy out now. I'm gonna help him see a way out, and you know. Yeah, it can open a can of worms because then yeah, I suppose. But I think most girls have,
Yeah, I think a lot of girls do.
It's more because I think that a lot of guys think that they can't finish having sex unless that they've made the woman finish, which isn't always the case, I think. Sometimes you can just admit defeat and
Yes,
go, it ain't
yeah.
happening. Girls are a lot
Admit
more
defeat.
tricky than guys to get to that stage.
Sorry,
But then
Karen.
when they won't admit defeat, when they just won't take it, they're like, no, I can. It's like, oh God, please, and then it's like, oh, let's just.
I think it's like an ego thing, maybe.
That's
because
exactly
it's like,
what I was
it's
gonna
like
say.
you feel like you haven't done your job, like
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
You don't want them to
Yeah.
go tell her friends. I can tell you now, there is no way that I've ever had my friends go, did he make you orgasm? They never ask.
Oh, girls.
Really?
I swear, though. It's like-
That's
I
that.
swear
Honestly,
that's the thing.
that
I'm
would be
pretty sure that's the
completely
thing.
opposite of what I would have thought
Yeah,
the conversation
Really?
would be.
Not really, no. They wouldn't off the bat say, did he make you orgasm? Because I think it's more of a given that you would expect maybe not.
Okay.
The first
Oh,
time.
okay. I guess that
In a
makes sense.
relationship, you wouldn't ask it because that would be weird. But like on a one night stand, I don't think any girl would ever expect a guy to manage that. Like,
Wait, what? So what? Are you telling me that all them one night stands I've had, they're all faked? Is that what you're telling me, fam? Is that what you just told me?
no, not always. But I don't think that girls would ask it to each other as an expectation.
Right, no,
be
I
like,
get you.
but did he make you? They would probably say, was he good? That would be more the question.
right,
Was he
okay.
good? And you'd go, yeah, he was an animal. He was choking me. He was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
whatever. But I don't think they would ever ask that.
But
question.
how good they were wouldn't be determined by if they've made you orgasm or not.
Not at all.
So they can not make you orgasm. You can still have a 10 out of 10 time.
100%.
Okay.
For me.
See,
That's
I,
mad.
Because you know what's to come. Because
Right.
you know they've got the tools.
It's just mad for me. That's mad.
Really?
I can't get my head around that because I feel like job's not done. You know, you got to do your
But
thing.
would you, like, say if you got with a girl who was like, I don't know, absolutely drop dead gorgeous model on a one night stand and you didn't come, would you rate her down for it?
Nah,
There you go.
actually no, it depends though, because
Uh-oh.
like yeah, it depends because like with like giving head and that, like there's been so many girls who like, oh yeah, I'm so good at that, like I'm really good at giving head.
say that?
And then when the time, yeah, I
I
promise you
downplay
that.
myself.
if they've bigged
Yeah.
themselves up and then they don't,
do,
then
yeah.
they would have before.
And then I'm just like, what's all that talk about? And then like nothing.
That's
just,
to be fair. Then yeah,
Yeah.
I'd imagine
Say
that.
that.
Yeah, I
I would
promise
do
you,
the
I find-
opposite. I would go, I'm really shit at this. Like, and then anything
yeah,
that's
and then
not.
you're like, yeah, that's probably good tactics, you know. Yo, look who it is.
Oh,
My
Mr.
guy- my
Hollywood
guy
himself.
Mr.
Join the
Hollywood.
club, mate.
Hollywood.
Welcome,
Mr.
welcome,
Hollywood.
welcome.
Yeah, get involved, man. We're just talking about making people come and that. You know,
It's taking a turn.
Yeah, you know, just the
Can't
usual,
keep up with
just the usual. Don't get cancelled type conversation. You know. But yeah, that's
100%.
actually mad.
I don't think it's not a big requirement for us
It's not a
girls.
big-
I
Yeah.
don't think in the terms of was he good. I think after a few times then it would be. Then it would be like what's happening here.
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
one night, no.
Okay.
Relax.
So you're one of those girls that like you think like it's better to like work at it together. But that's like if you're like seeing each other, then that's like something that you can work at and you can tell each other what
Guess
each other
so.
likes
Yeah.
and that kind of. But if it's like a one night stand, it's just kind of like you got one shot. You know.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to see him again. What does it matter, sort of thing?
Yeah,
What's
I
it
guess
matter? So
Yeah.
I got for in the first place.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I guess so.
Just trying to get the gist of what.
The gist of what we're talking
Mate, it's exactly what
we
it sounds like,
exactly-
mate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even know
I
how
don't
we even.
know. It was started with what's your ick, and then what did it?
Oh
do?
yeah, it was. What's
okay,
your ick?
okay.
And then we started talking about like
Fake lips.
fake lips, and then we started talking about fake
Yeah,
orgasms.
yeah,
We're talking
here we
about, I
are.
was talking about
Yeah, we
like
are.
taking a girl out of camel and fake nose and cosmetics and
Oh,
wigs and all
okay.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's actually been kind of lit so far. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm about to get
And
lit.
now it's a hit alarm.
Nah,
I was gonna kill the vibe.
nah. Right.
Kill the vibe,
What's your vibe on roleplay? Foreplay?
Oh,
Roleplay.
hey, bro. What's the vibe on foreplay?
Yeah,
What do we mean?
is it like important? Is it like,
Yeah. Not enough guys do it.
Yeah,
not enough.
not
They
girls-
think
girls
they
do
think
say
like
that.
let's just I don't know
just get
twiddle
to it, dive
those
in.
like a little bit and give you a kiss on the cheek and that's
that's
we've
it.
done it. Like it's like no, there's I think girls require a lot more than guys. I think the pet hate with guys is like let's just straight away.
Let's get into it.
I
Yeah.
don't
and
think
you-
guys require any foreplay, to be fair.
Yeah, like
Because
yeah,
that's
they
but that's
require eye contact and a pulse.
I tell you what though, you know how I said about like kissing and like I'm into kissing and all that kind of stuff. So like if it's like a relationship type thing or like a girl that you're seeing and stuff, like I'm actually fully into that, like the whole kind of foreplay type thing, like building up to it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's with girls that you're seeing or that you're dating.
Oh, so if it's a one night stand, you don't like?
I mean,
me?
like, yeah, like, it depends on what the vibe has been beforehand. Say, for example, like, I met you in a club and, like, it's not just, like, a dancing thing. We actually had, like, a good conversations. I actually noticed that, she's actually a cool girl. Like, we get on well. And I might actually want to date you or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that can kind of change the vibe a little bit when we're kind of getting to the foreplay where I'll be like, yeah, I
whether
actually
you
want to...
can be asked.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that's
that's
the
what it- yeah.
quickest way
What's
to kind
the
of...
non-requirement then? What do you do otherwise? Well,
If
even
it's
before
like,
otherwise,
so
then?
basically what I'm saying is if it's just, what's the word, platonic? Is that the word I'm looking for?
platonic is that friendly.
Yeah,
Platonic, like if
without sex and
yeah, like platonic, it's like
So
a platonic
if
relationship.
You
It's
want
just
the
we're being
opposite.
friends.
You want if it's just
sexual.
So yeah, if it's just like, you know, sometimes it's good to just have,
If it's just
have
sexual
sex. Sometimes
tension.
it's good to just fuck.
Mate, if
cut this
if that
tension with a knife.
if that's your example of having one night stand, just
Holy shit!
Nah, I'm joking.
Sounds a bit dangerous.
yeah, it does.
I hope you've got good aim.
Wow.
You know,
But you get my point. It's nice to have a little bit of mix, a little bit of both.
I've never been in that situation, so I wouldn't know.
Nah,
The
okay.
only time that I like having sex without foreplay is I'm so sorry if I offend someone that I've ever been with. Is in a long-term relationship. I can't be asked sometimes. You wake up or you're about to go to sleep. They're awake. They're poking you in
I
the
get
back,
you too,
and
but-
I think don't even
Poking
bother.
you in the back.
Don't even bother going there. Just get it over with. Let's just
Yeah.
get this
Just get
this
it
shit done, and then we can all go back to sleep. Like that's the only time. But if it's a new thing, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I get what
Okay.
you're saying. Exactly
Yeah.
that. No, I get you. Obviously, when it's a relationship, you kind of have sex very regularly anyway, so it does
Yeah.
get to the point where it's probably...
You have 2 good sessions a week, and some of the other ones are just,
Just
the bare
like,
minimum.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
ain't
that.
got to go too crazy.
Yeah, I think when you're in a relationship, there's an understanding there, isn't there? So,
It ain't gonna be amazing every time.
yeah,
Nah.
It
exactly.
is what it is. So.
You might want to move your mic so it's facing you, by the way.
I'm sure it's picking me up though.
But he's
No,
just
no,
slowly
it will be-
moving
it'll be-
away
it'll
from
be
him.
fine.
Just come out.
Nah, that's jokes. Oh, we've done that one with the girls trip. That was actually quite decent too. right, if your man fell on hard times, would you support him or leave? That's quite a deep one, though. To be fair.
Yeah, that's serious. Who came up with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. Is there a reason why you wouldn't support them?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yes.
What,
Even
no,
if-
what do you mean? Go
Yeah,
on.
100%. If their thing was that they were involved in something that's dragging me down with it, if they were convicted of having child images on their phone,
Okay.
I ain't going
Alright,
down with
fair
that
enough.
stinking
Yeah,
shit.
Alright, fair
I
enough.
ain't going down. If they were a criminal, I ain't going down with them. I'm not
Okay.
So
sticking
if it's
by-
self-inflicted, then
Yeah,
you ain't.
if it's
yeah,
something
cool.
like that,
If
then,
they just lost their
yeah.
job.
Oh
You just
yeah,
got
I'll
a
stick
guy
with
lost
them.
his
Yeah, I'm
job.
not going to be like.
For how long
see you
though?
later. How long? Oh, depends. Are they making an effort to get a new job? That's what I
Yeah.
wanna
What
know.
if they are, but they just keep getting rejected?
I don't believe in such a thing as not being able to get a job. There's always a job out there. There's like, even if just to tie you over, you're doing cleaning or working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
or
So what if he
something
said, "Do you know what? I'm not working at Tesco, or I'm not doing."
I don't want to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
on
too
you
good
then,
for me.
innit? Yeah, that's on you.
I would. It depends because I wouldn't want to be with someone who would be like, okay, I'm just gonna work. You know,
No aspirations.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
aspirations.
yeah,
I'm just gonna work in
Just
the
work
shop
at
for the
Tesco
rest
and that's it.
because I can't be bothered to now find the job that I used to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends. If it was getting to the point where I was paying the bills and all that and doing it all myself, no, I ain't.
Yeah,
sticking
nah,
with it.
that's a bit too
Yeah.
far. Yeah, but
So it does depend. It does depend.
Yeah, there's a limit, innit? There's a limit. And
What about the other way
You wanna see
round?
that someone's
if a
trying.
girl lost her job, if your girlfriend lost her job, would you?
No.
What?
There's.
no.
Wait, hang on. Would I what?
What? How quick is the?
Like-
Oh, do you mean would I support?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Wait, you said
Nah.
no so quickly.
I thought,
You're
I thought
Literally
you meant.
day one. Bye.
I thought you meant would I stick around?
Oh.
No, not would I stick around. Not would I leave? Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
So it's like no, I wouldn't leave. Like, yeah, I'd stick
You would
around.
stick around,
I'd support.
okay.
Forever.
He even sounded like
Probably.
if his girl's asked him for a little £50, he's gone.
Yeah,
See you
That's
later.
it. Yeah, fuck that.
don't bother me, fam.
No, probably. I don't. Unless I think probably what you said. Unless they're bringing me down with
Yeah,
them.
yeah. If it was affecting
then-
you in a negative way, and that's different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. You got to support.
I-
you got
I-
to stand by
yeah.
someone who, to be honest.
Yeah.
It can affect you in a negative way to an extent. I would take it affecting me in a negative way, like as long as like it's a girl that I've been with for a long time and it's a girl that I care for. I wouldn't want to just ditch her straight away like as soon as I realise
Yeah.
she's having issues. Like say what I'm trying to say is, for example I'm living with my girl and she loses her job. We're both sharing the rent, and now that she's lost her job, it now means that I got to cover the full rent, and it's affecting me in a negative way for a while. I'm not just gonna be like, nah, I'm not paying that. Like that's you done. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? I'll take the hit at least for a while. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like it depends.
It's
Unless,
gotta be
like,
for
How long is a
fresh-
while though?
It depends, innit? It depends on the relationship as
Yeah,
well. Like
true,
if I've
true,
been dating her
yes,
for like
sir.
years, I wouldn't just be like,
Or
It's
if,
not
she's, or if she's pregnant, you can't bloody ditch her then, can you?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Morally very
you're,
wrong.
you're stuck with her.
Yeah.
It's actually funny that you mentioned pregnancy because I got one on abortion here. It kind of deep.
Oh, bloody
So
hell.
if you got pregnant, right, in a situation where say like the father isn't around and you're not financially stable, what would you do? Would you keep the baby or?
I would like to hope that I'm never in that situation. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
very
Touch wood and
careful.
that.
I'm very careful with contraception. I think that there's no excuse. Well, there is excuses,
Yeah.
but there's not a massive excuse of girls who've been in a long-term relationship. Oopsie, I got.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
oopsie.
like that old chestnut. But yes, I would get an abortion if I wasn't in a stable relationship with the guy and he wasn't going to be around,
Right.
and B, if I wasn't in a financially stable situation and I couldn't provide for the kid. Because I find it more selfish to keep the child because the child hasn't asked to have that
Right,
half-assed
see.
life.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a
Like
good
I'd
point.
be pissed off if I
But
got
how,
born in
how bad off do you have to be though? Because
like
you adapt to being a parent and you adapt to loads of people.
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that's the
Do you
thing
know what I
was
mean?
gonna say.
just for
If,
my
if everyone
own-
was just to say,
Yeah,
I'm not in a good financial
yeah, but
position,
it's
I can't keep a
opinions,
kid.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what I mean? That's
But then what I would say is if as being the mum I'm more likely to get just lumbered with the kid and be like, do you know what I mean?
I know what you
Like,
mean, actually.
As a rule of thumb, that is how, and I would be a bit more like, like obviously if it was like you know, because at the moment I live with my mum. I'm not gonna like just be like, oh, by the way, we're having a baby. Like,
Yeah, by the
baby
way,
in, like,
oh, by
like,
the way, just drop it in.
you know, and when would I be able to afford to move out? And there's some knock-on effects. Like, I think that I wouldn't want to have a life where I would then resent the kid. Well, I wouldn't
That's fair
resent
enough.
the kid.
Yeah,
but
No,
Yeah.
you resent having a kid, not the kid themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't
because
ever look
it's
at them
not
and be
that, it's
like-
not that.
I mean,
of course.
it's an interesting point. Like everyone's got like different kind of angles on it. You know, but all right. So let's kind of put a span in the works. So say, for example, your intention is to not keep the kid. However, the father actually is around, and his intention is to keep the kid.
yeah, this is why I feel sorry for
That
men.
would get a bit tricky.
I feel
wouldn't
sorry
it?
for guys on this, you know, because it's very much the woman's.
Yeah, because obviously
Same.
it's your body type.
And
thing,
same
but-
for the other way round. I've known it so many times where a guy doesn't want a kid, not ready for it. The girl, whoopsie daisy, I've got pregnant.
Yeah.
Keeps it. I'm keeping the baby.
They
Now
trap
you've got
you
to
with
pay
it.
child support. And then the guy's like,
trap
I
you.
never bloody asked for it. Now I've got to
Yeah.
pay monthly. Da 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 da. So you guys have got it worse.
But on the same time, though, he kind of did ask for it when he was having sex with her.
Yeah, that's what-
condom.
that's
no,
the risk that
because
you run, you
sometimes
know?
girls will say, I'm on contraception.
And then they're
Yeah,
not.
So, yeah,
true,
sometimes
so-
people can lie. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you don't
I
know.
think it just comes down to what the situation is and
Yeah.
who wants it, who doesn't, and then the man probably has if that's the case
The
where
man doesn't have to
she's
say it all, bro. What do you mean?
no but I'm saying if she's told him that I'm on the pill
Yeah.
and then she's
Oh, yeah,
not
that's
and then they get
different,
pregnant
yeah,
and he's like I don't want the kid. He has a right to back out.
Yeah.
He has a right to be like I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
sticking
yeah,
around.
yeah,
Like
that's-
I'm not
yeah,
here
that's
for it.
different.
Yeah,
That's
because
different.
she's lied and
Yeah,
decepted
because
him.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie to you though. In that case, though, it would be a dickhead still. Like,
What for the man
Oh,
to
yeah,
back out?
yeah.
Because like if that was my dad, I'd be like, all right, fair enough. You had the right to not stick around, but you still chose not to. Do you get
Oh,
me?
I know, but hold on. But what?
Like what the situation we're talking about is if the guy didn't want to like.
Yeah, and she said she was on the pill, but what if she said what if she actually was on the pill and then ended
If
up
she
pregnant?
was,
Oh,
but then
then-
it still happened anyway. Then
And she said I'm keeping
but
it.
in theory that I would say the man probably they should stick around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
because-
should.
yeah,
It's an
because-
accident, innit? It's just
Yeah,
happened.
because they like they know. Like, and
Yeah.
if you're gonna
Yeah.
go down that way, you've got to be ready for the
Yeah.
the consequences.
Yeah,
basically.
you would be a massive arse if you were just like,
Exactly
see ya.
that, yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
would be like going against your own human nature of wanting to see your kid. Like, what if you bumped into them in the street?
Yeah,
like,
that's true,
or
yeah.
sort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or this would be a kick in the dick if they become like a really famous footballer and then you were like, damn it!
yeah. I missed out.
Damn, yeah.
I mean, these
Try
things
and worm
happen
your
all
way
the time.
back
It's
in.
not even. It happens all the time. To be fair.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
people
it
of
does,
course.
it does.
situation.
100%.
Yeah.
That's it. Especially if they're young. If they're 18, 19. They've got no idea how to take on that responsibility.
Yeah.
They're gonna run from it. Innit?
You know what though? On that topic of being young and having no kind of idea in regards to responsibility and stuff, there is this thing as well that like having a kid changes you. Whereas like you might not have no concept of responsibility before having a kid, but then when you do have
Yeah,
a
of
kid,
course you adapt. Innit? That's
your
what I'm saying.
priorities
Yeah.
changes. and
Yeah.
then
You
you're
fully
like-
adapt.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, you might think like, oh, like, you know, I don't want to have a kid. I'm not saying you think that. I'm just saying generally.
Yeah.
Someone that might think, oh, I wouldn't want to have a kid. Like, you know, when you actually do have one, say you had one accidentally, I reckon later down the line, your view would kind of change on that, if that kind of makes sense. I'm talking from a point of view of someone whose niece, her mom, is a single mom. You see what I'm saying? So she's actually in
Yeah.
the situation where like, you know, the father isn't around, and I
Yeah.
know how hard she struggles to like look after her and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
She's doing a good job, of course, but like, you know, it's always best
It's hard,
to
isn't
have
it?
two people. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
it's a
think
good-
I know anyone who's got a kid who goes, I regret this child.
Yeah,
That's the
You always,
thing.
you
I
love
don't-
it no
yeah,
matter
it's
what.
true,
So
yeah.
no
I
matter
know
what,
nobody
it's a
like
good
that.
thing on you. Like it's
Definitely.
always going to be a nice thing.
It's gonna
if you
change your
keep
life
it.
for the better either way, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
right.
All right, I'm gonna break up this conversation a bit.
Yeah, what's up?
Right. What we saying about pineapple on pizza?
I love that, man. I love how you got those questions.
Yeah,
in
of
there.
course.
To
I'll
be
be honest,
fair,
I'm not even fussed.
I don't mind.
It's
that.
not something
I
I'd
actually
order,
like
but I'm
it.
not fussed if I
actually
have
like
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't really
But
complain
again,
about
I
it.
wouldn't cry if someone said, "Can we get that without pineapple?"
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
There's a lot of people that I know why you asked it, because that is like a
Yeah,
question
mate.
that-
con-
Loads of
yeah,
people, loads of
it's
people hate
controversial,
it.
isn't it?
A lot
Some
of people hate
get
it.
real angry about that. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, some people
like,
don't
yeah.
like pineapple on pizza.
It's like
they
a
don't
s-
like the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's like a similar thing to like, what's your worst you know those like Christmas sweets, like celebrations and that. The one with the Bounty.
Bounty's worse.
Yeah, which one's the worst? Like,
Bounty's
I
nice,
say Bounty, but I actually like Bounty.
Yeah, I like Bounty as well.
I like Bounty.
You would
Yes,
be
like
Like, I'm sure I used to fight over the Bounty, bro.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I love the
What?
Bounty.
Mate,
Sure I did, yeah.
coconut flavour does not belong with chocolate.
Thank you.
That's so wrong.
Coconut only
Incorrect.
belongs in a curry.
Yeah, but bro,
It only belongs in savoury, I'm afraid. It's not good in
Yeah,
sweet.
but you can say that about oranges and chocolate, but you get like Tetley's.
There's- okay.
I'll tell you what doesn't go.
Hang on.
Mint chocolate.
Tetley's,
Terry's.
Mint chocolate is the
Terry's,
worst.
that's it. Oh yeah, Tetley's the tea in it.
Donut. No, because there's a difference between because you don't because with Bounty it's coconut. It's not like it's coconut flavoured. It just is coconut.
It actually is.
But like with like
It's
Terry's
sweet,
chocolate orange, like it just tastes like orange.
You got a point. It's like toffee apple Sarah Parlour shit.
yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I
the
don't
toffee,
really
it's
rate
just an
that.
apple on a
Yeah.
stick. What?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I'm with you on that
Kids
as
go
well.
mad
too,
for
yeah.
those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, when I was young, I did love them though, to be honest.
What, toffee
Then-
apple?
No,
Yeah,
I
then
didn't like
you get
them,
old
man.
and you're like, what
But
the
did
fuck
you
is
just
that?
eat the toffee and then just...
Mate, it's
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's not like I ate the apple. Like,
mate,
No,
it's just sugar on sugar.
It's
at
just
the end of the day.
toffee that you're eating.
Right.
Then.
So we're gonna circle back to the question that we had
Nah,
before.
yeah,
with
go
the
ahead.
so I'll explain it properly. So you've ordered a pizza, right?
Oh, there we go.
Let's Sorry, I just
My guy
love
loves
food.
food.
When-
hungry, innit?
If you've ordered, let's just say you've ordered like a margarita pizza.
Yeah.
Are you leaving it out of the fridge overnight? Let's say you've eaten half and you're gonna come back to the other half tomorrow for dinner. Where are you putting the remaining
Bro, I'll
half
be
of the
honest,
pizza?
it depends.
On the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends if I remember or not.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm being
Am I
honest,
drunk?
I'm gonna eat it
Yeah,
either
if
way
you're
in the
drunk,
morning.
just
You
leave
don't
it.
make a difference to me.
Okay, no. Let's say like you're sober and you're very conscious of what you're
Yeah.
doing. You're there like I'm either gonna leave it on the side
I'll put it in the
intentionally.
I'd rather not.
No,
to
no,
be
no,
fair. I
not
don't put it in the
intentionally.
fridge. Yeah.
Put it in the fridge.
I'm more
Well,
likely to put it in the fridge.
you're if you had a choice, you'd put it in the fridge.
If I had a
Yeah.
choice, yeah.
You put it in the fridge.
I'll put it in the fridge if I had a choice.
If
but-
there's pizza left, I'm putting it in the fridge. Yeah. I mean,
Looks like there
that's what I'm
wouldn't be
saying.
any left in
It
the
depends
first
on.
place.
But yeah, I don't know. If it's like after a night out, I'll leave it out. I'm not fussed.
Yeah,
about
like
it.
if you're drunk.
I ain't gonna
like,
throw
but
it.
even if you're not drunk, say like
Doesn't
you're
really
like
make a
what you
difference.
said,
Okay.
like, sober and that.
Yeah, if I've
I'll
just
put it in
ordered
the
it
fridge,
in
but
and
yeah.
I'm sober, which would surprise me that I'm ordering a pizza sober, but like I would, yeah, it would go in the fridge.
What? Okay.
It would
My-
be taken out of the box. It would be covered in clean film. It would be put very neatly in the fridge.
See, that's interesting because I would just leave it in the box.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it out.
I usually put it in leave it in the box and just put the box.
Yeah, just
in
put the whole
fridge.
box in the
Yeah.
fridge.
Why do you take it out? You're very like.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I like
Very
asking these
organised
questions
and on
because.
point.
I'm
about
very,
things.
I'm
Yeah, it's
very
interesting, it's
organised
interesting.
and tidy and clean and domesticated.
Nah,
Which
right.
But,
makes-
but the box is the same.
I'm sorry.
As well. Yeah, but
I'm well proud of myself.
the box is the same shape as the fridge. Why would you not just
because
leave
I've
it?
got other things in the fridge. I don't just have an empty fridge. It's
To
not
be
just
fair,
like
the
this.
box
it might not be
yeah,
able
you're
to-
right.
yeah,
The
it
box
takes
is
up a lot of
it's
room.
taking up room. Yeah.
What are you
know.
saying?
That does make sense actually, yeah, because there's not all boxes can fit in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it doesn't fit, then yeah, you stick it on a plate. But you can just put the box on top of
If it
other
completely
food.
fit in my fridge, then yeah, I'm not a crazy person. I'm not just going to give myself washing up to do. But I don't think I've ever come across that scenario where a big pizza box would just perfectly fit in my fridge.
Mine does. If I order a large pizza
Is
from
there
Pizza Hut,
anything in your fridge?
yeah, of course there is. There's
Other
more-
than-
there's more
other than
food,
condiments.
isn't there?
Is there actual food in your fridge?
Just 5 other pizza boxes.
On
You
top of each
got a
other.
rotating system. Yeah, that's what's going out there.
That's the one from last week.
All right, okay. My next question then, because I've heard this is one of my friends does this. Same situation.
Oh man.
First of all, are you heating up the pizza? when you eat
Pizza's
it
a big
next time?
topic for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
you-
know,
let me talk about my
Proper
food, innit?
First world problems.
No, because there's so many. There's this is I think it's the last question. Well,
Nah, it's
there's two more. Are you first of all are you heating up the pizza next time you eat it, or you eating it?
Yeah, I don't like it cold. I know
Yeah,
some
I'm gonna
people
have it
eat-
cold, I
You
ain't
eat
gonna
it cold, don't you? You
Nah,
don't have it
bro.
cold.
What?
Nah, I
He's
swear
accusing
eat it
you.
cold,
Nah,
man.
bro, I've never ate pizza.
Hang on, are you heating
I
up
put it in
pizza?
the oven to be
No.
honest.
Oh, is
Right,
it?
what?
That's-
Okay, because
No.
that was my
Put it in
next
the oven.
question.
No, it tastes
Can't
fresh
put it
though.
in the oven.
It tastes
nah.
fresh.
No, see,
Nah.
because that was
Too
my
dry.
next question.
that's
Is,
what you
are you
said.
heating it up, and is it microwave or oven?
You put it in the oven.
Microwave,
If you put it in a
100%
microwave, bro, it ruins it.
Yeah, but you
Nah.
just
How much
It's
time
not
do you
good.
have in your
Yeah.
life?
If
I'm
you
eating it
just-
cold.
10 minutes. 10
wait,
cold. Are you mad?
It's just as nice cold as it is
No.
hot.
Yeah, a few people eat it cold. and I
It's a
don't
different
know.
feel. It's a different
Yeah,
feel.
it's a worse feel.
This degrades the pizza, innit? It's
What,
Degrades
cold?
takes the point. Yeah, I think so.
I know what you. I prefer it hot.
Would you like it cold, Jay?
pizza.
No.
Oh, I'm about to
Don't.
say,
Don't
you look
do
like you
that.
kind of like it cold.
Yeah, you are.
I thought
no.
more people liked it cold than hot.
Why would you
No,
want cold
no.
pizza?
But yeah, you can eat it cold though. It's just
No, you-
about it's about
No,
preference.
you can.
but-
It's
Would
just
you eat
wrong,
a
innit?
That's definitely, I can't lie. That's
It's
dead.
like, would you eat a hot sandwich?
I was just
So
gonna
that's a
say that.
Yeah,
panini,
it's
but-
like a
Yeah, I was just
toasty,
gonna
isn't
say
it?
that. You
Yeah,
can
but
have
would
a-
you eat a cold toasty? I would.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
just a
you
sandwich
can.
then.
But
Yeah, but there's
pizza
nothing
is
wrong
just
with
a sandwich. If you folded it in half, it's a
No,
sandwich.
but
Well,
the
no, if
whole
you fold
point
it
of
in
the
half,
pizza, though,
it's a
the
calzone. isn't it?
main thing of the pizza is the cheese. It needs to be melted. It can't just be
I'm
stiffened
not.
up.
I'm not
cold.
eating. I'm not eating cold pizza.
It doesn't
Yeah, that's
need
dead,
to
man.
be. It's not like it would be a health hazard if it wasn't.
No, of course.
So
but
that's
it's
where it becomes.
I just don't get why you want to eat it cold.
Nah,
I
know
don't
what you're
understand people who eat things like baked beans out the tin cold. That's
Yeah, that's
saying.
mad.
Nah, that's
That's
right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I could do it. I could do it, but I prefer it hot.
That's like
You
survival
could
mode.
do
I
it.
couldn't do that.
Yeah, no.
No.
I mean, like if
For real, bro.
Yeah,
if
that's
I
literally survival mode.
if I was struggling and I had to, I'll still eat it.
That's like Bear Grylls stuff.
Hey,
if I had to, I would, yeah.
What do you mean you're struggling that you had? So what? You ain't got no stove, you ain't got no microwave to heat up your baked beans and that?
Yeah, what scenario
yeah,
is
like,
it?
Well, if you didn't, yeah, if you didn't,
What if your gas and
then-
electricity's gone off?
So
No one's ever that. What?
Okay,
you
well-
don't have anything else in
You
the
don't
house
have a-
other than
yeah,
one
you ain't
tin of
got-
baked
Yeah.
beans and you've
Or
got
you-
a phone
or-
and takeaway.
yeah, you-
No, listen. If you only had canned foods though, like let's say I don't know, for whatever disaster happened, and you only had canned food.
What I'm saying is, yeah, why are you eating it? First of all, why are you eating it cold? Secondly, why are you eating it
Out of the can, yeah.
Yeah, just put it
At
on
least
the
put it in a
plate.
bowl. Yeah,
Put it in the microwave.
yeah. It's a can bit. That's when it starts to get a bit like. Do you know what I
That's
mean?
like survival mode. That's like Bear
Questionable,
Grylls
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
yeah,
bro.
that's
That's
just-
like you're stuck in the woods and
Like
you
you're camping or
need,
something.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff.
No, I mean if I absolutely had to, I'd still eat it.
Yeah, that's extreme to be
Oh,
fair.
no.
But yeah, no,
Too
it's
much.
got to be quite extreme for me. If gas and electricity's been off for days
Yeah.
and all we've got is beans, I'm eating cold beans out
That's
of
fine,
tin.
bro.
Yeah, no, I'm saying obviously you're doing what you have to do.
Yeah, you're doing what you got.
If I'm
Not by choice though.
maybe if I'm feeling like proper lazy, only then I might consider it. But if
I'd
it's
rather
available,
not eat.
if
Oh,
it's
you think
available,
so? Yeah, I'd
just-
rather not eat.
I'm with you
If
on
it's-
that,
I'd leave it,
trust
man.
me.
if it's
Nah,
available, I'll stick it just in the microwave for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's- This is actually touching on one of the questions.
By the
which
way,
is,
we've only got like 3 minutes.
already.
No, because
Mate.
we had half an hour when I got it.
Time's
yeah,
flying
you
by.
got here like half
an hour ago. I
It's-
was- oh,
yeah,
no.
bro.
Oh.
Oh, shit! All right, quickly.
fuck.
What,
Yeah,
last-
go on,
what
go on,
was I
go on.
gonna say? That's actually touching on one of the questions here, which is what's your favorite? Well, not favorite. What's your go-to poverty meal? Say like you're like you don't have a lot of money. Like what's your go-to?
So
Look at that. You've never been poverty in your life.
yeah, she's like, what does that mean?
I'm like, so that's caviar without
Yeah,
lobster. No, I'm not rich. I'm still looking for a rich man. No, mine 100%, which I love, which is actually baked beans. Is after a night out, my mum always knows if I'm really drunk. Is if she hears the microwave going, and in the morning I wake up with a load of baked beans because I just have a bowl of baked beans.
That's
Right,
fair.
A bowl of.
Yeah.
I love just a bowl of baked beans, a whole tin in a bowl, warmed up, brown sauce.
Oh,
It's so
That's
good.
good.
Personally,
That's. I mean,
tortellini for me.
I like baked beans and
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
chips.
with that, man,
Tortellini
for
is
sure.
your poverty meal.
Mate, no,
I would just say toast, bro.
no, because if you like if you go to Asda, you just get like a two for
Yeah, they are quite
£2.50
cheap,
whatever.
actually.
You literally just shove it in the pan, boil it in some water,
Yeah,
drain the
uni
water,
times
put
I'll
some
have that, like,
sauce,
twice a
and
week, to
it
be
takes
fair.
like 10 minutes.
Nah,
It's
pot
easy-
noodles
it's
for
easy
me,
for
man.
me.
Pot noodles.
Ah, no, ramen
Pot
noodles actually.
Pot noodle is like a go-to.
Pot
Not
noodle.
pot noodles.
meal. Pot noodle.
Ramen
you know,
noodles,
the
the actual packet.
Maybe
Yeah.
I think
But pot noodle's
I haven't
cheaper though,
I haven't
pot
had
noodle.
either.
Pot
for a
noodle
while.
tastes dead though.
I always do
can't
pot
even
noodle
lie.
with boiling water, then I put it in the microwave. It's 10 times better.
Do you know what? I love the smell of pot
really?
noodle. I
Yeah,
don't really
double.
like the taste though.
By the way, sorry.
It always smells good though.
Just on the topic of that, the most useful kitchen utensil is a sieve. Listen,
Most
hear me
random
out.
thing
Hear me out.
to
Hear me out.
stop
No,
from.
because it's on the topic of a pot noodle.
Okay,
If you,
right.
I don't like the water at the end of the pot
That's the
noodle.
best bit.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, no. That's,
Very particular. with this, you know, right? It's very
I'm so
particular.
sorry.
when I was still back at with my mum, I'd have 2 pot noodles.
Yeah.
I'd put 2 together and I'd sieve all the water out. So it's almost like having ramen noodles.
Why
but
don't you just
have
find
to-
Nah, it's not the same, man. Ramen noodles not the same as pot noodle.
No, because pot noodles is easier to make. You just boil water and pour it in the pot and then wait. Ramen,
But then,
ramen
so
noodles
you
got to
say
boil
that
it.
you want something to stop you taking all this time and effort, but yet then by the time
You're
you've
actually
sieved
making the
it,
most effort. Yeah.
yeah, you're
How-
making
that's
it a
not
lot of effort.
You pour the
Why
pot
don't
through
you
the
just
sieve
use
and
a-
then you just put the sieve in the bowl.
But a fork is a sieve on a stick.
Yeah, but then when you get to the bottom of the pot, you've got all the
Just
water. You got all because there's so much
tip it.
water at the bottom. You can't see the rest of the noodles.
First
That's
world
a you
problem.
I get what
problem.
you're saying.
That's
First
one of
world
the, yeah.
Yeah,
problems.
You sound like you're overcomplicating it. If I'm really being so honest.
I've got and I said sieve because I do the same with my cereal. If I get to the end of a cereal and I don't like all the dusty bits at the bottom, so I sieve my cereal. So when I pour the last bit, all the dust is left, and it's like having a normal
I've got
bowl.
an idea. Why don't you use the sieve as the bowl? So just put it over the sink, put the cereal in, pour the milk over it just enough to soak it in, and then just eat out of the sieve.
Because I don't. It's not having milk with cereal. It's not because I like it because it gets soggy. I like it because I like having the milk with the cereal.
So then you do like the milk.
I didn't say I didn't like the milk.
Yeah.
I
You
just
said
said
that you
no.
sieve
I don't
your
like. I
cereal.
don't like the
So why'd you
because I don't like the dust at the end of the bag.
Bro, you sound like a nightmare. Like, with food, bro, just don't. I'm not going to go to a restaurant with you. You just sound like a problem.
I'm not picky.
That is so Rain Man.
But I don't like cereal dust and I don't like pot noodle water.
But he doesn't mind
but you're
cold
not-
baked beans. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, you're not picky.
Yeah, no, I'm not picky.
Oh man, that's jokes. Oh, listen,
Oh,
we're
bro.
gonna have to end this
Yeah.
right now.
To be- that was good.
That was
It's,
10 seconds to the dot.
Yeah, there you go. Well
timed
done.
that well. You see?
Right, well,
Timed that well.
cheers for coming, Luke.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for special guest.
always a-
Yeah, no,
Thanks for
well,
stopping by.
I think I was a special guest.
Thank you, Emily, for
Yeah.
coming on.
Oh, you're so welcome.
No, thank you. It's
That's
nice.
so quick.
And congrats for being our first special guest.
Oh, yeah.
It was a
God.
it was a nice
Honour.
insight into
Yeah,
to have
nice
a
insight into what
especially to have
not
a
do.
female opinion.
Yeah. Like, never have a special guest again.
No, that was definitely well worth it.
No.
Definitely getting the girl's perspective as well, like you just
Yeah,
said.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some questions, so you got to come back because I had
Yeah,
I had
no,
a few more
definitely.
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Happy back. I mean, I literally only live like 5 minutes down the road, so
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
a problem.
No, we'll arrange something. But thanks for watching, everyone.
Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, is it still rolling?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, we got
Yeah.
outro in it. That little thumbs up down at the bottom of the video, yeah. Just go ahead and give it a little tap
Give
in
it a
it.
rapid
Just give it a little tap, and then you see the red button at the bottom, yeah. Just go ahead and press that so it goes grey, and then you see the little bell next to it.
Oh yeah.
You got to tap the bell.
Tap the bell.
And you got to press all notifications, innit?
Press it, fam. Press it.
If you're listening on
Is this for
Spotify,
YouTube?
that was
Oh,
for
sorry.
YouTube.
I'm like thinking. I'm like Instagram
Don't worry.
doesn't have those buttons.
That's for, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you follow this. Make sure you follow the channel in it.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Tell your mum, dad. Tell your
mum
cat.
and dad, tell your
Just
cat,
play-
Don't tell my mum and dad. I'm saying terrible things.
Play the podcast in the background when you go do your things, innit?
We're also
no.
on TikTok now as well, so check us out on
Nah,
that.
follow the socials. They're all in the
Yeah.
description.
Leave
innit?
your
Probably on
comments.
Depop as well. I don't know what else. Literally everything.
Yeah, we're on everything, we're on everything. And let us know your comments as well. If you've got anything you'd like us to discuss in the next episodes and stuff, let us know your talking points and
Yeah, let us know your thoughts
Yeah.
as well about
Let us
some of
know
the
Hello, voiceover Shane doing some editing. What happened was this part of the audio cut out, so you won't hear what we're saying. All it was to give us some feedback, positive and negative. Man's looking to progress in it. Make sure you hit us up on the socials. They're in the description. Okay, just got a text from Luke saying if you like the video, he'll come to your yard. He's going to clean a French-made outfit for free. We love you all. Catch you in the next one. Bless.